Okay, so the Ghana Mathematics Society believes everything we do contains maths and principles and methods of mathematics, ensure the efficiency of all the things we do. For this reason, the declining grade across the country at the WASSCE level is worrying. Under the leadership of Professor Sitsofe Anku, the Ghana Mathematics Society has organized camps and training programs for students and teachers to master the subject. Jennifer Ekuamwa passed through the Society's main office in Accra for a chat.
We're at the offices of Professor Sitsofe Anku, who is the director and founder of the Ghana Mathematics Society. We're here to talk about the current state of mathematics at the primary, secondary, and even tertiary levels, and what the Mathematics Society is doing to help the situation improve. Prof, let's start with what the Ghana Mathematics Society is all about.
Yeah, let me make one correction before we continue. I'm the president of Ghana Mathematics Society. There's also Megasa Mathematics Academy, of which I'm the founder and executive director. So these are two different organizations here. So that's for the records. First, Ghana Mathematics Society was set up when we realized, a lot of phobia for mathematics translating into people failing mathematics all over. So I set up this to revamp mathematics education in Ghana. And we had our first meeting some time ago, 2006, 2007. And then we had a lot of people came showing interest in what I was talking about. So we found it, not acceptable for people to be failing that much in mathematics. From the Ghana Mathematics Society, I went to form the Megasa Mathematics Academy as the implementation wing of the society. So that whatever we say should be done, we do it ourselves to show that it's possible. And we started doing that for some time now. And what we have done is we organize camps, mathematics camps for students, all non-tertiary students. We organize camps for them. So every year, August, they have about 1 month camp, which has been on for some time. And we realized after some time now that the population has been increasing, which we couldn't accommodate here. So we opened venues over the country. We had a venue in Tamale, Kitampo, Somanya, Ho, Kofrodwa, all of them. So just to continue the camps, which have been very, very popular. Then on top of that, we organize for tertiary students also, polytechnics, universities. We're organizing, workshops for them. I remember several times we organized some in Legon, other places, and then Professor Lute came to talk to them. We brought people from, like Professor Lutrot from US, just to come and address them. And then the polytechnics, we were organizing competitions among them, which was very, very popular. Mathlit, we called it, very popular. But somewhere along the line, you see that things started, gradually collapsing. Why?
Professor, why would you say they were collapsing? Because it seems you had the camps all across the country, you had such an increase of students. So why the collapse?
The collapse was, we were not having funding to get the thing done. Because every time we had to do this, it involved a lot of money. And we were not having the money initially, so there was a problem. So it's funny if I say this, that I had to, initially fund everything from my pocket. But finally, with the current Minister of Education, when she came to the scene, she saw what I've been doing, and then she got very interested. I may have to tell you this, that all the other ministers before her came here to our camps. They saw what we're doing. We get the promises, but nothing happens. We get promises, nothing happens. But she has been very pragmatic. She says she wants to make sure we change the face of mathematics because the failure, it's not acceptable. So she has supported, as training teachers. We've trained over 500 teachers from all the regions of Ghana here. And that's what has been. And then some other NGOs also have helped me, like Plan Ghana. We trained some teachers in WA, teachers in the Eastern region. We did all of those things. So we trained so many teachers. And then we are hoping that from what you have done so far, results should start improving. And we've seen that in the WASE analysis of the BEC results. We've seen that it has stabilized over some years from 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. The average pass rate nationally has been 77%. 2015 is a special year. I don't know what happened. If you look at the results all around. So we are yet to find out exactly what happened. We are speculating maybe it was because of Doomsaw. We don't know if that's what affected the national results all over. But looking at the trend over these 4 or 5 years, and then how the BEC results around 77%, we believe that with the very students who are doing well in BEC are the ones going to go to secondary schools.
I want to ask about the training of the teachers. When did that initiative also start?
It started I told you some NGOs were helping me earlier on, Plan Ghana. We started earlier on. They will bring the teachers for me to train them. I think around about 2007 or so, when we started with the teachers. But that was just a small section of teachers. That's when we started. Then the ministry came in. Then we agreed that we train teachers from all the regions. So we trained teachers from all the 10 regions. They were coming here in batches. First batch, second batch, third batch. We did that, train all of them. And we are yet to train more, because talk with them. And then maybe this long vacation, we are going to train more teachers.
And Prof, the teachers from which schools, private or public schools?
They have been mainly from public schools. But from the chief director, the next batch, we want to include some private schools, teachers.
And Prof, I was wondering, apart from Accra, do you have any other branches in the country?
Ghana Mathematics Society is national. And we have reps all over the country. But we don't have offices as we have here, like you see. So what happens is, I told you earlier on, we hold camps in the certain venues. Like, I forgot to call Takwa, Kofurudwa, Ho, Tamale, Kitampo. So we have reps all over these places. So what happens is, when it's time for the camps, we make them organize it. And then we give them the material they need to use for the students. That's what we do. But we don't have, like, structures at these places. We use the schools when it's time for us to have a camp. Even we have problems along that direction. We go to a school, want to organize a camp there, then they resist. You'll be surprised, they resist. But, we don't charge them anything per se. But the school starts resisting. Can I understand? The regional directors the regional directors will resist. They will put impediments on the ways of the people. All these venues I've told you about, I had to visit them physically to negotiate for the classrooms to be allowed to be used.
Which venues exactly? Which schools?
The schools. If I start mentioning schools now, they will start causing trouble for my teachers, my reps, if they go back that they want to. But I've been to a place where the district director was not allowing the teacher to use the classrooms. They were giving a lot of this. When I went there, then quickly they allowed them to use the place. After I left, they went to threaten the teacher. Why did he come to report them to me? But the teacher is under them. I am here. So if I do anything, they will be penalized there. I don't want that to happen. I can mention names when it's necessary, but I don't want to. Seriously, yeah. I've had a lot of cases. I've gone to a regional director of education. This is something maybe, I don't know. I went to a regional director, and when I was negotiating, he got angry and banged the table and left. When he did that, the deputy director was looking at us. and came to apologize to me. He was sorry I should forget, because when he got up, he was staggering. He was boozed. You see? So people don't go to the field to go and see what's happening there. There's a lot of rot in the system. Seriously. So they were telling me I shouldn't report this director, because if I say it, he'll be sacked. And then they said that I made him lose his job. I said, but look at what you are doing to the students under you, which is very, very bad. So anyway, that happened. Long time, he's gone. So if he's still there, or he's gone, not because of me, because I didn't tell anybody, as I'm telling you now. I applaud the present minister, because she's doing so many things that people are against her. But I think that that's the right direction she's going, because we need to revamp the whole system, sanitize the system, make sure that things work well. You see, not things just working, they must work well. I always refer people to Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. Everything that you do, do it as unto the Lord, not unto men. So just do it and do it well.
Let's just get this clear. So does that mean that happened in the past? Are you still going through those challenges now?
Not as much as it used to be, but still, you can see pockets of the things happen. You see, it's ingrained in the Ghanaian,
But Prof, I don't understand why you should get this kind of resistance when what you're doing is actually going to help the students. In the long run, it'll help the school also, better its reputation. Okay, we have so many students passing well in mathematics. So why the resistance?
Last year, I wanted to organize camp for students in the whole country. And I said we're going to organize camps for 10,000 students, 1,000 per region. And I said each student is going to pay 230 cedis, 230 cedis per student for the camp. And then these 230 cedis, 30 cedis was for their own T-shirt, 45 cedis was for their lunch for 3 weeks. They say 3 cedis a day for lunch, their own this thing, and then they have to pay something for the materials. We put all this together, 230 cedis. Then somebody wrote, I put the paper, somebody called back, say 10,000 times 230, that's 2.3 million cedis. Prof, that's too much.
Didn't you understand the breakdown of the maths?
The breakdown was in the graphic, everything was there, but they only made the total, 2.3. It wasn't going to come to me. It was going to the students themselves, but somebody just wrote, 2.3 million cedis. Prof, is that not too much? And the people started complaining.
So did the camp come on, or was it cancelled?
It didn't come on. It did not come on. You see, because there were so many complaints, along that direction. Right now, I'm trying to organize another thing. Why we are bringing you here? We advertise, for all those who failed mathematics. Because last year was so terrible. If you listen to the statistics for the WASSCE, there was elective mathematics. 86,000 presented, and 46,000 got straight F.
And that was the year you weren't allowed to do your camp.
That's that very year. How come that we build houses 3-story, 4-story, 5-story? When we try hard 6-story, you collapse it and kill people in Ghana. 6-story, you collapse, you kill people. But you go elsewhere, you go and find 162-story building standing. 162, 300, 200, 100, 120, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. And add 2, is standing. In Ghana, 3, 4, 5, brrr, 3, 4, 5, brrr, 3, 4, 5, brrr, killing people every time. Why? It is all because of very simple mathematics knowledge that they're not applying. Very simple mathematics knowledge of ratio. Do you calculate the weight of what is going to go to second floor, third floor, fourth floor? Do you calculate it? Look at America, what happened? They're putting the heavy things up. The American disaster. The heavy things were going up. So the structures couldn't carry. So the thing collapsed and killed people. And when they killed people, somebody used the finger, to to go and scratch the wall. And we was able to use the finger to scratch the wall because the ratio of cement to sand to water was not correct. Because the correct ratio will give you a correct strength of your concrete. But what happens? We take away the cement, but you're not there. And when we steal it, not take away, we steal it to go and sell. Not realizing that we are causing problem for the future. Those who are going to use that building. You know, we are causing problem for them. You see? So nobody cares.
Thank you very much, Prof. So there's some food for thought for us this morning. We've been speaking to the president. You are the president.
Of Ghana Mathematics Society.
The president of the Ghana Mathematics Society, Professor Sitsofe Anku.